What's up, Wisconsin?
Yeah, that 70s show action. Throw it in there. Welcome to Smartly Uneducated, everybody. I'm your host, Ben, and I'm joined by my awesome co-host, The Wiz.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking awesome. I'll say. Oh, I already cursed. Dang it.
You did it right at the get-go, too.
Yeah, I'm pretty awesome. I gotta say, I'm like the coolest guy I've ever met. And the coolest guy you'll ever meet is me. So welcome to Smartly Uneducated. And as you probably already know, I am Evan. This is Ben, and we just said that, and I'll say it again. I'm Evan, that's Ben. And welcome to the show. Today we have a kind of a dark, heavy one. So hold on to your seats, hold on to your butts, hold on to your kids. Actually, get the kids out of the room. You go ahead and get them out of the room.
Bring them back in there. This is educational.
No, we're keeping them out.
This is educational.
Keep them out of the room. Keep the kids out of the room. Get rid of them. Unless you want them to be a little bit more messed up in the head. But again, welcome to the show. It's going to be a little bit darker one, but we'll try to keep it light like we typically do. We'll probably ramble, probably bull crap around for a little while. But as always, it's a beautiful Friday night. It's about 95 degrees here in the Lone Star state of Texas. It's 90 degrees outside, 95 degrees outside. Yeah. And we're about to get rocking and rolling. And as per usual, my friends and fellow compatriots outside over there live streaming, remember we are on every platform. X, Instagram, not tonight though, YouTube, and Kick. Please come visit us over at Kick. Drop us a follow, a subscribe, everything that. Anything that you can do really supports the show. Make sure you leave a comment, like, all that crap. Thank you for letting me get that out at the top of the show instead of halfway through. Anyway, and as per usual, y'all want to hear some news? Ben, you want to hear some news?
I want to hear some news. Tell me.
Guess what? Take a wild guess.
What is it?
Take a
What
wild
is it? What is
meat
it?
related.
Meat related? What kind of meat you got going, dude?
Take a wild guess. The meat related.
What kind of meat?
Guess
you
what
got
Texas
going?
did?
They're making meat.
Guess what Texas did?
They're laying down meat.
They are banning lab-grown meat.
Oh hell yeah!
Yes.
Good for them.
Texas has officially banned lab-grown meat, which makes me very happy and a little concerned. What were we eating?
Before, lab-grown meat, every store.
Oh, no.
Unless you went into a butcher and got it.
Which is typically where I go. Shout out Ham's Meat Market in McKinney, Texas. Beautiful little place. The guy's a chef from Hawaii, makes beautiful food. Fantastic, delicious food. Ham's Meat Market. That's a free sponsor. That's a free shout out. I just love the place. It's free. It's free of charge.
It's free, dude. It's just free.
It's just free. Also, who do you think did blackface better?
Robert Downey Jr.
No, dude, Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh yeah, I remember when he used to do that.
Jimmy Kimmel did blackface. That was pretty funny. Not really all that cool, if you ask me, but still funny that he's like this uppity, you can't talk like that kind of guy anymore whenever he was being racist back in the early 2000s.
Yep.
Ooh, how the mighty have changed. And who do they worship?
My, have the turntables.
Who do they worship? Who do they summon? Who do they bring to light to remind us, oh, wait, we're the dummies.
We're the dummies.
I think Robert Downey Jr. did a great job. I still think Jimmy Kimmel really takes the cake on that one. Also, the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, did an interesting blackface. I wouldn't say good, but interesting nonetheless. Well, how would you go across doing blackface these days, Ben?
You know those black tar mask thing that chicks do?
Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing.
I've done that, and I felt awful. I put that little blackhead removal face paint that's on my face, and it was all black. And I looked in the mirror, and I immediately was like, "Oh God!" So I hope all the cameras are off. This looks really bad. And then I never did it again. But
yeah.
But Drewski, as everybody knows, did whiteface, and I gotta say, fantastic job.
Fantastic.
You can hate me all you want. I think it was absolutely hysterical and really brought light to potentially the bad side of white people.
Yeah.
I think he did a very good job at displaying that redneck guy who doesn't understand what's going on. He just doesn't have a full grasp of society.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, in other news, scientists. Let me see here. You all out there know I love my science facts, love my science news, talking about space, talking about rockets, talking about all that stuff. But let's talk about on Earth. The Oxford scientists have just discovered 170,000 years of hydrogen power underneath our surface. Oh, looks like we don't have to worry about global warming anymore because we just found 170,000 years of power. We don't need oil anymore. We don't need wind power. We don't need solar. We
don't need solar.
We can just burn a little hydrogen, dude. 170,000 years right beneath our feet.
Yeah.
A groundbreaking science. This comes from energyreporters.com. Now, I can't say how good or how much validity they have because it is from Europe, but a groundbreaking scientific study has uncovered a vast reserve of natural hydrogen beneath the Earth's crust, offering potentially revolutionary source clean energy that could power the planet for thousands and thousands of years. So, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oil, bye-bye. Solar, bye-bye wind. I guess we don't need to worry about climate change anymore, huh?
No, not even a little bit.
With 170,000 years of hydrogen. And in other news, I know a lot of you out there are messaging me, congratulating me on my nail growth. The wife heard that episode, and I had to cut my nail.
I had to cut my nail.
She's like, you're not growing no damn
Speaking of cutting nails, the 09A has done some really messed up stuff, way worse than cutting nails.
Oh man, I was trying
to segue into it.
I was trying to be funny.
Oh, sorry. That was my joke.
You just came and interrupted me.
That's
about
what
my
we call a
thumb.
joke. That was a joke. It was a good one too.
But yeah, so she made me cut my thumbnail down, everybody. So sorry out there, thumb fans.
Your only thumbs account. Wait. Only fans account. For
it's
thumbs.
just thumbs.
It's just
OFT.
Thumbs.
Only
Hope they're
fans
just
for
your,
thumbs.
I hope they're just your thumbs. That'd be
No,
weird
they straight up
if it
just
was
my
someone
thumb.
else's thumbs. You know what I mean?
Did you know that most rodents, like rats and marsupials, things of that nature, have thumbnails? They don't have thumb claws. They actually have like a straight up thumbnail, homie.
That's tight.
It's
no, you're talking about rats, right?
I'm talking about rats, raccoons.
Yeah, they have like basically
Rodents.
like a thumbnail. Yeah.
They have a straight up nail, dude. It looks just like ours. It's really weird looking. I don't like it. Like squirrels have thumbnails, straight up nails, no thumb claws, thumbnails. It's weird looking.
Yeah.
It's weird looking. I'm looking at a little picture of it right now. It's kind of cute.
It's kind of cute.
For hundreds of years, scientists have noticed that some rodents, including squirrels, have thumbnails instead of claws. But no one went through the whole rodent family tree, did they? Well, guess who did? This autistic weirdo.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. You had me on autistic weirdo. He's part of my family now.
Which rodents have thumbnails?
The ones with thumbnails. There you go. Solved the case.
Well, yeah. Got me in one.
Mm-hmm.
They looked at. There are more than 530 different genre of rodents containing over 2,500 species. We looked over 433 of those genus groups and all across the rodent family tree.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They found a bunch of thumbs, dude.
They found a bunch of thumbs.
Now, that's really
man.
all I got. I just wanted to give some news at the top of the show like we typically do.
Yeah.
Let everybody come join the live. Let everybody come join in, find their way in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Now they're here, hopefully.
Well, in other news, did you see the video that's going viral right now?
Of what?
Of the light being that showed up in the church?
No.
In Russia?
I did not.
Yeah, I think it's completely AI.
Do you have it?
No, I don't. It's on TikTok. You guys just need to go to TikTok.
Oh, I don't
Look it up.
go to
I hate
TikTok
TikTok. I don't really. I hate being on it. But I will say this: it's either AI generated or it's authentic. I don't think it is. I think it's AI generated. But the thing is that everyone's making a big deal, saying like, "Oh my gosh, this is real. Christ is king. Christ is king." No, I'm not knocking any Christian, but you guys are so gullible when you see things like this. Because it's obviously AI generated. This is not an authentic video. I don't think it is. But if it turns out to be real, which we'll never know, that's Project Bluebeam, guys. Because it's literally a light being walking around.
Inside of a church?
Inside of a church, and then it just goes into the floor.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah. Plasma.
Plasma?
We know they can manipulate plasma. That is a fact.
You say it every episode.
Yeah, every time. You got a lot of plasma in your body, too.
That's why they take it from you.
With the chupa chupa. down
Chupa
in
Chupa, the vampire vapor, sucky,
Operation
sucky.
Prado. If you guys don't know about that, that's one of the most well-documented UFO and paranormal cases ever, and it's down in South America. And Chupa Chupa suck. That's what it means
Chupa Chupa,
in their language.
sucka.
Soldier boy. No.
So,
Sorry.
shall we get into the show?
Yes. Sorry, you made me cough just now because I thought I got.
I made you cough?
You did. You looked at me and you're like,
It's time.
you were trying to use the Force. You watched Star Wars recently and you're now a fan of the original.
I have a tattoo of Star Wars on my
Trilogy.
chest, homie.
Of the original trilogy.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, cool. I just needed agreements on the original trilogy with no context. Boom. Got
Why
it.
no context?
I don't know. Cuz.
What are you trying to get me?
What you think, cuz?
I didn't like that on
I
you.
didn't like that
I
either.
didn't like that on you. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's
I
not
need
you.
to get really long cargo shorts.
That's, you gotta like wear a
Yeah.
You gotta,
You know? I can yeah. What was I gotta switch it back to
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we'd be the worst. Dude, we would be the worst.
come on, homie.
It'd be like watching
Dude, I'm from Texas. I've seen it all, brother.
I've seen it all.
I've been to L.A.
But yeah, we need to jump into
Shuffle.
the said episode and get the show going. So, yeah. So if you haven't heard of the Order of the Nine Angels,
Angles.
right? Sorry, gosh, I'm horrible about that because I want to say angels. It's angles. Order
is
of the Nine
angles.
Angles. So, Order of the Nine Angles is a cult slash and also terrorist group. That's literally what they are.
Full
They've been
stop.
Yeah, full stop. So they emerged in the UK during the 1970s. So that's pretty much when they popped up on the map, if you guys aren't aware of this. But just to kind of lay out the foundation of this, I wouldn't say foundation, just to just kind of lay it out a little bit. Basically, this is like a secret society that was so extreme it made Satanists look pretty normal. Like, you know, the Satanist cult. It made them look normal and as if they were normal people.
So before that, do you want to talk
Mhm.
about what the 9 angles is?
I was going to get to it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, gotcha. Okay, sorry. Can I go now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool,
Please,
cool,
please,
cool.
please.
So, we're horrible at this. We should start another podcast. We're so good and bad. Anyways, so, you're killing me here, Smalls. So,
I'm
yeah, they were super extreme.
me.
And they made like Satanists and other cults look pretty tame. And they were this group where, you know, things like murder and just terrorism, and just doing like infiltration on governments, the works, like that was just a requirement. Like you had to do those things. Like it
That's
wasn't
like
an acceptance.
That's
it
like
was a
the bare
requirement.
bones.
Bare bones. Yeah. And that's literally the Order of the Nine Angles. Like that's what they did stuff like that. They made other people look tame. And yeah, I'm just setting the tone. That's it. I haven't said what the Nine Angles are.
Yeah. So the Order of 9 angles is like a death cult. Like,
Yeah.
plain and simple, right?
Yes,
and
they're
they make you do
terrorist group,
very
yep.
sinister, diabolical things. The ideology here, there's two main ideologies I strain within the O9A. The first is the original, and that
Yep.
is centered around texts such as Hostia, which
Mhm.
promotes so-called sinister conduct that includes subversive, illegal, and immoral actions online and offline, along extensive, introspective, and generally non-violent rituals. This is influenced by greatly David Myatt. The original ideological outlook of O9A is rooted into Julius Evola's militant traditionalism.
Yeah.
So their ideology is simply just go against the grain, be illegal, do bad shit.
Yeah. And you asked me earlier what the Nine Angles were.
Yeah.
What are they supposed to represent? So the Nine Angles are, one is occult geometry. That is one of the first 9 angles. Basically the O9A, their writings basically describe the 9 angels as a cosmic type map. Almost kind of like a magical compass. That's the way they view it.
It's a pentagram, right?
Yeah, and then so think of it as the 9 points. The 9 points you would see representing like basically different dimensions of existence. That's what their viewpoint is, and their rituals, pretty much always use the 9 angle star sigils sigils, sorry, enneagrams, to focus energy.
I did say
Yeah.
pentagram. It is
Yeah.
an enneagram.
Yeah. And the thing is, so now let's talk about, so that you've got the 9 gateways of self. So each angle is also described as a stage of initiation in the sevenfold way, in the sevenfold way, which is their path of spiritual advancement. That's what their stuff is.
Okay, so I only talked about the first significance about them.
Mm-hmm.
They have 2 main ideologies, right? Now I talked about the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Their
Say
second
the second one.
their second one is, I have it right here. The second significant strain within the O9A is organized around the Nexian known as Temple of Blood. Temple OV Blood, or TOB for short, is most heavily associated with infiltrating neo-fascist accelerationist groups
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and inciting individuals to violence.
Yep.
TOB's books, produced by its in-house published arm, Martinet Press, so they have their own printing press for their books that they want to create. They contain graphic scenes depicting, well, again, get the children out of the room. This is where it's going to start to get kind of gross. Depicting child sexual abuse, physical and sexual violence, and more, with the goal of desensitizing its audience against extreme abuse of others, towards the goal of dehumanizing for the purpose of generating terroristic violence. TOBs, remember that is the Temple of Blood. That's OV, Temple of Blood.
Yeah.
TOB's training manual dismisses original O9A's introspective actions for a totalizing focus on violence.
Mm-hmm.
This perspective has been a considerable lingering effect on much of the heinous Telegram space known as Terragram.
Mm-hmm.
So they take over Telegram and turn it into just a gore hellhole.
Yeah, pretty
Just
much.
absolutely anything gory related.
Yep.
Is usually intrinsically related to
So
the O9A
they're the
online.
ones behind iBletch.
Correct. And through, if you're on X and you see dead bodies, that's O9A. They're posting that stuff.
It doesn't. Does it always mean it's them? Or it could,
Typically.
typically. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. If you're still going.
I have a little bit more.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Their Telegram space is known as Terragram community due to its heavy influence of the early development of saints culture, beast barracks, and other radicalized and incentivizing mechanics. So that's it. That's their 2 significant ideologies.
Yeah.
Do illegal stuff and be very, very violent about it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
it.
much. Yeah.
That is it.
Oh yeah.
And do satanic rituals based around the 9-point stars.
Yeah. Pretty much. You know, one way to look at the 9 angles, like if you're thinking of like what are the 9 angles, like the best way you could look at it, you could summarize it up as like there's a few different ways you could look at it. So you can view it as like a cosmic map, which is the dimensions beyond the veil, because that's the stuff in their writings. That's what they talk about. They also talk about like there's another way of seeing it where it's like the psychological gauntlet, which is like tests of I guess it would be the initiate or something like that. That's just the translation on it. Like if you looked at it through like a psychological gauntlet, because it's part of their weird writing manifestos that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got a symbol of chaos, which is basically what they do to use to justify ritual murder and all that crap, and all their infiltration that they do.
What would you ask for
things.
if you tried to do a satanic ritual?
Oh,
If you're sitting around a 9-point star.
I'm not that dumb. I watch enough Supernatural. I'm talking about the TV shows with Jensen Ackles and
No belly
Jared
button guy?
Padalecki. What?
No belly
No,
button guy?
that's John Stamos, bro.
What is that?
He has no belly button.
Yeah, but isn't that a TV show with where the main character has no belly button? Supernatural?
Mm-mm.
Or is it? Am I thinking of something else?
I think you're thinking of something else.
Okay, it must be like Kyle XY or something.
Yeah, probably. XY chromosome. What? But no. So, but no, I've seen enough Supernatural TV show to know magic comes with a price, and I'm willing to pay it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. So
just
if I'm doing a satanic ritual, I'm not gonna be like, I want everybody to die. I'm gonna be like, dude, Can you make it to where I am always debt free and I don't have to pay taxes?
No, knowing me, I'd be like, I would do the ritual and I'd just be like, you see that guy over there? Make sure his life sucks. Like, him.
Specifically.
He's got to get fat. He's going to develop micropenis syndrome out of nowhere. Even that's a birth defect and a genetic mutation. Give it to him now.
He's going to be hard left leaning.
He fucked my favorite sheep. The bastard.
What?
I don't know. They do rituals and stuff. I'm sure they screw a sheep or something.
I'm sure these 09As do some weird animal
I
stuff.
wouldn't put it past any of them.
Yeah, but I was asking you when you said that you had sex with the sheep just now.
No, I said that guy had sex with my favorite sheep. A sheep was my friend. Not a friend with benefits. I'm not into bestiality, but they are. But I'm there to do the ritual.
See, I got lost there.
To put them in their place. I'm like, give him micropenis, make his life miserable. He can't die. That's
because
too
he
easy.
had sex with your sheep.
Facts.
I got you.
I'm the OG.
We got there somehow.
We got there.
I mean,
we landed.
I really feel like
You
these
know.
guys who are like doing satanic rituals
Yeah.
aren't doing cool shit with it. There's so much more cooler shit than you could ask for. I want a badass car that nobody's ever had before.
I wondered they asked for really bad stuff because they don't really get good stuff out of it. And that's why people say don't be messing with that type of magic. And that type of, if all that's actually true.
I mean,
you know,
I
those
watched
rituals.
Hereditary the other day.
That's tight movie, right?
It's a very good movie.
I'm in that movie.
Are you really?
I'm at the end.
Doing-
I'm that old naked guy standing in the back. If you haven't seen Hereditary, if you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't,
Yes.
go watch it. I'm in it. Sorry. Look, I got the haircut to prove it.
I was watching that movie and the mother's panicking trying to get her daughter back. She's like, I'm gonna do a seance and try to talk to her. You know who I'm gonna go talk to? Take a guess.
Oh, John McAfee.
Yeah, dude. You got it in one.
Bro, he's gonna show up and kill all the ritualists.
You got
and be
it
like,
in
you guys want to have a
one.
real good time? Let's go out to the Congo.
He's like, I have my Bitcoin wallet saved over here. Here's the coordinates. Go get it. Let's go do some coke. Let's go do some ghost coke.
He's gonna show up. He's gonna come into existence. John McAfee will. He's gonna mirage into existence, and all of a sudden you're gonna realize there's more than John McAfee there. It's gonna be the demon hookers that he's doing coke off their ass and stuff.
Dude, that would be awesome. That's cool, dude. These
Yeah.
09A guys are really missing the mark. Yeah, they're bad people intrinsically doing awful, diabolical, disgusting stuff, and we can't dismiss that.
No.
But
We're trying to make jokes here and make light of it. 'Cause, yeah,
if they were to do a satanic ritual and get John McAfee, that would be awesome. Like,
it would be cool.
or do like Andy Kaufman.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I would kill for a Jim Carrey impersonation. Let's go.
Well, you can get him in person. You just got to do like a astral projection to his house and just watch him.
Or you can just say that you don't exist anymore and he shows up. Hey, welcome to the party. You remember when he did that shit? He's like, Jim Carrey doesn't exist.
I remember they said Jim Carrey died and he did an interview. He's like, I'm alive. Hello.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. But just so anyone listening right now, because we are about to
I like
really.
how you get me always scratching my eyes and my face.
I'm sorry. But we are about to dive into this like fully, and it gets really dark.
I'm
gets
still
really
going to make fun of it
gruesome.
because it makes me really uncomfortable.
That is the best way that we deal with it. If you don't like that we deal with it that way, oh well. That this is how we deal with it. It's for us to kind of balance the tone, because when you do episodes about stuff like this where it's just super dark and dreary the whole time, it sets a tone. And then you're just like, ugh.
And then I leave here sad and
He leaves here
defeated.
sad. I leave happy. Like, I'm like, hell yeah. A little bit of killing, a little bit of pillaging, a little bit of government
A little bit of
infiltration.
child abuse.
I had plenty of that as a child, so I'm just walking down memory lane right now. Oh shit, I didn't know my mom was in this. Anyways, so so you finished that deal. So the 9 angles, just explaining that we said occult geometry, right? You got the 9 gateways of the self, which they each claim each angle represents a threshold the initiate must cross involving violence, taboo type breaking stuff, and or just doing occult tests. That's it.
That's a very mild way of putting it.
Yeah, I'm just summarizing it.
Here's this way of putting it.
Yeah, go ahead.
09A's Nexian are linked to acts of ritualistic, sexual, and terroristic violence around the world.
Jesus. Way to be
These
a Debbie
people-
Downer, dude.
Yeah, sorry. These
I
people
put
are
it more-
bad.
I know. I was gonna get into really bad stuff.
If you hear your child or teenager or young adult individual in your life, and they're like, "Oh, 9A," call the fucking police.
Yeah, no, it's for real. If you hear anyone like touting like they're a part of it,
Call the
you need to
police.
call the authorities immediately.
ASAP.
Because next thing you know, your house is getting broken into,
Or you're affiliated with them.
or your house is getting broken into, and you're the next ritual that they're using.
Yeah,
for the ritual,
absolutely.
where you're gonna get killed, or your family's gonna get killed, or your kids are gonna get kidnapped and killed. For reals, if I find out one's right next to me, dude. Anyways, I started blasting.
Well, sir, I was just cleaning my gun, and it went off perfectly into his head.
Yeah, it's just had a mind of its own.
Through the wall, through the window.
Yeah, I set it down and it picked itself up, loaded, pulled the trigger, and laid back down.
Astral projections, dude. I'm telling you, they're getting serious.
And then I could have swore the barrel started moving like a mouth and said, "Ha, your fingerprints are on me."
I got another one.
Wait,
Oh,
Mickey
that was
Mouse.
good. We did the same impression.
I wonder if I read all my notes in a Mickey Mouse voice, how that would go.
Let's see it.
Each angle is also described as a stage of initiation.
You're peeking.
There we go. Over
Yeah,
the side.
yeah, yeah.
There we go. Right there. Anyway, sorry. They'll make it peak if I do that. But you've got the 9 gateways of the self. I had just covered that. You get the 9 angles of the cosmos, which is all the esoteric type like mythos and mysticism part of it. And the angles are like basically cosmic forces or dimensions beyond human perception. Then you have like the mathematical, which is like also like the symbolic layer essentially that they put into it, and they also will hide meanings in mathematics and geometry.
Yes.
So like the number 9 is seen as a completion number, which is the last single digit of 1 through 10. It always starts back over. So 9 would be the last single digit number, and that's what they consider as the completion, because they were like 2 digits to make 10. We don't like that. Let's go with a single. But the points all represent different transformations. Like they represent different points of it, as your progression to completion. So together they claim that the 9 angles form a key to aeonic magic that basically changes whole civilizations, not individuals. Think about that, guys. They believe that their weird aeonic magic will change entire civilizations.
Yeah.
Which, in a way, if you think about it, they're not wrong. Because if you're committing terrorist acts
Of any kind.
of any kind all over the place, causing lots of death and all these things, well, you are causing a change in the civilization.
They're definitely causing
So-
a change because now
Yeah.
people look upon different acts of violence, especially within the FBI and the CIA, because these guys are tracked by the FBI and CIA. And now they have to look at certain things online in a certain light. So they may see somebody post
Mhm.
something a little edgy, gory, maybe a little edgy, weird, and they're going to be on a list. And they're going to be watching these people now.
Well, no wonder that picture I posted on our channel of this 2 stick figures punching each other, they got flagged. Dang. Wait, we're talking about real stuff.
Yeah, that was weird. What was that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I did post it. It did get flagged.
Did
That
it
was like
really?
2 years ago.
Oh.
And that was on the previous platform. That was on the old one that didn't exist.
So
It doesn't
this is
Yeah,
nothing.
never mind. It's nothing. But no, just to finish this out. And then you've got like the it's the weaponized type meaning behind it, which is if you look past like the whole mystical spin, like the 9 angles is also like a weaponized type branding. That's all it is. So it basically signals some form of like it creates signals to initiates that basically like we're not just another satanic cult. Like we deal with cosmic destruction on every level, personal, societal, cosmic. That's the kind of signals that they're putting to their initiates. And basically it's just designed, it's solely designed to intimidate and cause this mysticism about it, while also just at the same time terrorize and cause pain and sorrow and issues anywhere they go.
Well, yeah, okay. So
Yeah, and then that's pretty much the summary of what the 9 angles are supposed to represent. There's so many different ways you could peel that apart. I was trying to put all of the different things that you can find about the 9 angles based on their writings that they do. That's where I was
I
coming
found
from.
one of their writings.
Yeah, go ahead. Throw it up there. Or
Throw it up there.
Throw it up there.
I can't. I don't have access to the
What's the
device
thing?
here.
And I can put it up.
Here, I can send it over to you. Me email
Yeah.
it to you? Or?
Yeah, just email it to me.
Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da.
I'm not loving it.
What is that? That's a little bit of, what do you call it?
Scary time.
What is the email?
But
Boom,
while
boom,
he's doing
boom.
that, just to give you guys a
And it's sent.
little teaser on something here. I do I did compose a timeline of crimes and events that are 100% linked to 09A.
I have individuals who were arrested because of 09A. I have
Oh, tight.
I have
Dude,
a
we
list
came
of
in
ni-
clutch
I
on
have a
this
list of
episode.
9 of them. I also have full on like paperwork about them. I have a whole like research paper written about them over here. I didn't write it, but I found
Yeah.
it.
Nice.
I found out how to join them.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Found a membership necessary protocols. Go to what is this? Let's switch the
It's
account.
just taking forever.
There it is. So this here that you're about to pull up is their book that is referred to as, oh God, hebdomadry. Hebdomadry. Now I'm not sure what exactly it stands for. I'm sure I just casted some crazy spell.
Mm-hmm.
It's called so. To be a part of this community, a person must commit themselves to the 098 pathway and undergo a personal and esoteric metamorphosis. This pathway is referred to as the sevenfold way, or hebdomadry,
Yeah.
rather, which lists stage of progression. The stages are neophyte, initiate, external adept, internal adept, master slash mistress, so they're inclusive, grandmaster or mousa, and immortal. Individuals can progress through the pathway by undertaking a series of insight rolls lasting between 12 and 24 months, running a Nexion of their own. So they have to then create their own cell.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing
I
to
see.
load,
Yeah,
so
you're
you're
fine.
having to read it.
And spending various periods in isolated wilderness without modern technology. So they take these kids or these people and they shove them out into the wilderness to then become a part of this community.
Yeah.
So right here, what you're seeing here is the cover for the hebdometry.
It jumped on me.
Yeah. You just switch pages is all. So in the bottom right corner, you'll see the arrows.
Yeah.
Just click left to go one to the left. Yeah.
There we go.
So that's the cover.
All right, let me
You
switch
went
it over.
back.
Oh, that's great. And it's not pop. 1 second. Sorry, we're still here.
Hello,
1
everybody.
second.
In podcast realm over there, those of you in audio land only, we have a image of the actual paperwork. So I found the actual PDF file on the Internet Archive. You can go read it for yourself. It's public data, and Ben's trying to pull it up over here. And
Yeah,
now everybody in video land can see halfway through the book. But here's the main cover of it. Now that you clicked on the right side, it flipped the page. Click on the left.
There you go.
So in the top middle of the page, you can see that there's some sort of intogram 9-sided star diamond. And underneath it says hebdometry, the exact way of the order of 9 angles. So this is their initiate book. This is how you, if you want to become them, this is how you do it.
Oh.
Now, here is a warning. Do not do this. If you are hearing this podcast, do not join these people. This is an awful, awful, horrible thing. I do
Yes.
not condone any of this. This is just for educational purposes.
In case you stumble across it and are naive as crap.
Correct.
And go into it.
If you're curious about it, I understand curiosity, but please do not go into this at all if you are a weak-minded individual, because this is meant to confuse you and take over your brain. This is meant to do that.
It is.
It's a cult.
It is. It's a full cult, and it's insanely messed up. So, with that being said, I don't want to read all the things they've been associated with yet. I want to jump back to the birth of them.
Yeah,
Let's jump back to origin, give a brief history lesson on them. So, like I think I had said it way earlier in the episode, was the birth of the 09A. it emerged in the UK during the 1970s. So it wasn't like some other normal church, right? Or cult with a temple or anything like that. The O9AIM was designed as basically a loose, decentralized network of independent Nexians
And I'm sure they've
or cells.
our
is the best way to put
European UK friends. I'm sure you've heard of their group. It's called the National Action. That is the O9A
Yep.
off branch. It is a British far right fascist neo-Nazi terrorist group.
Yep, and that's what I was about to read. Yep, because I have it right here. So the structure makes it really hard to infiltrate or shut down because they're all independents, all operating under the one name. It's kind of like, think about the concept, and don't get me wrong, they're not like V for Vendetta. Like, if you've ever seen the movie or read the comic, but like, if you've seen the movie, which I'm sure a lot of people,
there you go, victoriously, voluptuously,
So think about it, that concept. It's a symbol. You prop yourself up as a symbol, and people rally behind that symbol. They're not necessarily joining a group that is centric, like a organized religion or anything like that. Everyone kind of rallies behind the symbol in their own factions they create wherever they live. And there are all these random little cells that are all tied to it.
Yeah, they're called Nexians.
Yeah, Nexians. And that's what I was saying earlier. I was just explaining, because I don't know. I've never heard of the term Nexians until I was looking
I've done
through
a deep dive on O9A on my own in the past because...
Okay, well, that explains why you're so well-versed in random shit.
I find this fascinating and terrifying at the same time.
Oh, 100%.
This is where my curiosity meets morbid curiosity, because if this is real... So what happened was I got into the Skull and Bones, and we went deep into that, and then I found out about O9A in the process of Skull and Bones, because they are linked, but they're not affiliated. They're linked in satanic rituals. They're linked in mercy killings and things like that. So I became fascinated with the O9A. I listened to several podcasts about it, watched several videos on it, read a lot of papers over this.
Yeah.
And I am convinced that it is all targeted through corporate regimes based around a 2013 individual called Ryan Fleming.
Yeah.
He is like the initial national action group that happened over in England and in the UK rather. Yeah, he was arrested in 2013 as a national action guy because he was doing pedophile things.
Yeah.
Can I not say that on air?
No. You were good saying it. It's just it girked me.
Yeah. This is what he was doing.
The pedophilia part.
He was doing
bothers me.
He was doing pedophile things. And it's atrocious what he was doing, and they arrested him, put him to 360 years in prison. Yeah.
Well, I want to bring up one of the main faces or people behind the O9A.
Yeah.
I like to look at him as like chameleon.
Okay.
His name is David Myatt. Myatt.
I mentioned his name earlier.
Yeah. So David Myatt basically had built a reputation from the 60s to 70s as a radical like ideologue and someone who would encourage direct action, not just speeches. He was all about screw talking. Let's go in there and show them we mean business by doing literal acts of violence.
Absolutely.
And other things. Well, one of the things he was involved in, because just to give you a little background on this guy. Now, anyone can be bad on the political spectrum, whether you look at right politics or left politics. Both are bad when you get into the extreme far right or extreme far left. Both are bad. And he was very involved in far right, but he was extreme right politics. That's what he was involved with back in the 60s going through the 70s. And he was involved in like street movements to like violent rallies. And then he even held like leadership roles in multiple Nazi organizations over there in the UK. And that's how he built such a radical reputation as this like crazy ideologue.
Do you know what his pseudonym was?
No.
Abdulaziz Ibn Myatt al-Qurt.
That's a mouthful.
He posted as a Islamist extremist.
He posed as one?
In the 1950s, 1960s, yes.
Yeah. Okay, well that makes sense with some of the stuff I was.
He was a
I was
far-right
reading
and
about.
former Islamist militant, notable for allegedly being the political and religious leader of the white nationalist, blah, 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 satanic Order of Nine Angles. So
Yeah.
he had two different lives.
Yep. So that tells me
David Wolston Myatt and Abdulaziz Ibn Myatt
that.
al-Qurt.
Well, since you got to that, that was actually a point I was going to get to. Not his name, but his Islamist ties. So the question, where when I read about that, about him, it made me wonder: was he a plant from the Islamist side? Because he was a part of that first. Potentially, right? Was he a part of that first, and then he was a plant, and it was like kind of like, you know how it's been coming to light in recent times about all the different psyops going on and people undercover doing things, crisis actors, things of that nature. So it's like, who's to say this guy wasn't doing the same, but within the O9A? Not because he was there to take it down. He was there to bring it up, to create more chaos, to take eyes off of the Islamist front.
Yeah.
Who's to say that wasn't a thing?
I mean,
that's
it can all be
splitting hairs.
speculation, right?
It could be the other way around.
Absolutely.
You never know. It made me question that. I'm talking about for both sides of it.
Either one could have just been a way for him to disappear.
Yep.
And try to become something different. And then he couldn't change.
He's a bug out plan, no matter what.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a evil individual, no matter which way you look at it. He can be a Christian extremist in a different country, or a Islamist extremist, or a white nationalist extremist. Turns out this guy wasn't even a white guy.
And the weird thing about this guy was the fact that there's no actual definitive answer saying, hey, I founded the O9A.
Correct.
There's not. It's just from what all the investigators have looked into, researchers, private journalists, PIs, the works, everything over the years, they basically have come to the result of a few different options. Whether he founded the O9A directly, writing its like grimoires is what they call them, or whatever. Grimoires, sorry. Under pen names like Anton Long, or at the very least shaped its doctrine heavily by running in occult and Nazi circles.
So even the Oxford Academy wrote about these guys.
Yeah.
So here is an Oxford paper that I came across in my research. It's 12 Secret Identities in the Sinister Tradition, Political Esotericism, and the Convergence of Radical Islam, Satanism, and National Socialism in the Order of Nine Angles. That is a mouthful, but I'm sure you heard a lot of buzzwords in there. This is a very brief little paragraph. I don't know if you want me to read the whole thing, but
you can read through and give a summary.
It is really damning to a lot of things going on in our country, in our world today. And I don't know if I want to be the one to say it on
I'll read it
on live television.
I mean,
or whatever you want to call
you
this.
want to send me the link and I can look at it before you read it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, send me the link and I'll read something else for now. I'll dive into something else, where we were.
And here it is. I sent it over.
Okay, cool. So, anyways, I'll read this one piece while I pull this up real fast.
Just go ahead and pull it up real quick.
Okay.
There's a lot of... So again,
it may take a minute.
At the start of the show, I told you that it's going to be a heavy one. It's going to be a dark one. There's going to be a lot of really evil concepts brought up on here. We're not trying to pick a side per se in a lot of these concepts. I will pick a side that the O9A is evil. They are bad. And anybody affiliated with that, you should probably assume they're going to be bad too.
Yeah, pretty much.
So with this text that Ben is about to read, keep that in mind when he reads that.
Yeah, and I'm getting it open
this
right
is
now.
So what I sent over to him is from the Oxford Academy. This is straight up a research academic paper that was written about him. It is very short, but it's about O9A, Hamas, and a lot of other things, and how they're all tied together.
Does it play on something I was saying earlier?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes.
I didn't know about this paper, just so you know.
Yes.
I had no idea. Let me open it up. It's about to load. And I'll read it. I don't think it's worth throwing it up on the screen. Or we could throw it up on the screen and let people read it.
Sure. Both ways.
So, hey.
That way they know that we're not making it up.
Yeah. So, was it this right here, the abstract?
Correct.
So, it says here, this is from academic.oup.com. And it says the chapter analyzes the order of the nine angles a Satanist group which for the last 3 decades has moved in and out of the public sight, while its main ideologist, David Myatt, has actively participated in violent neo-Nazi and Islamist terrorist groups, hoping to bring down the old order, quote-unquote. A manual on Aryan revolution by Myatt inspired nail bomber David Copeland's deeds, and a text by Myatt defending the suicide attacks was featured on Hamas website. Both his Nazism and Islamicism, the chapter demonstrates, are, however, merely instruments for the O9A's underlying sinister esoteric plots, ultimately aiming to create an imperium based on a species of satanic god men. I'm not going to keep reading. There's more to read, but it's up there. You guys, I told you guys where you can go see it. That's just so my initial like objective view. Once I learned about that, what I mentioned earlier about him, the fact that he is associated with this, heavily in Islamist groups, and all of a sudden he was doing the O9A stuff. It's like, who's to say he wasn't using that as a prop up just to do what he was already doing? That kind of makes me wonder, but that's just written by someone. That doesn't necessarily mean that's actually what it was. Like, as in, it started as that, but it is very damning. It does lead to what I was leaning towards. And you know what? People do bad shit.
Yes, they do.
And it's not my fault that particular groups that people are trying to randomly defend nowadays keep being at the center of it. That you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying everybody is, but there's always extremists in every group you look at. It doesn't really matter. There's horrible people here in America who are American who aren't Islamists, and they do horrible shit.
Absolutely.
So
right.
It's like potato. That's what it turns into in my head at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you want to say
if you
it?
do bad stuff, you're a bad person.
Yeah. And so, what was it?
I'm sorry. If you do immoral things, you are a bad person.
If you don't do what I tell you to do, you're a bad person.
Take the trash out.
Brush your teeth. No. Cavities.
Bad person.
So the core beliefs and philosophy, I know we were talking about like what the 9 angles were, like what they represented type thing. But the O9A's worldview is, rooted in a belief that humanity evolves through violence, transgression, and chaos. So sinister kind of dialects, right? The idea that progress only happens when opposites clash violently.
Yep.
Sevenfold way, which is their initiation path, overspanning decades. That's their initiation path. It spans decades, so they make you do a lot of really bad things in order to achieve completion.
And immoral. Well, what they're trying to get to is immortality. That's what their whole thing is about.
Yeah.
The more acts you do within the O9A, within their ritualistic guidelines, you will become immortal if you are able to survive long enough.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of these guys are able to survive because they get killed by police or FBI agents, or they get killed in the act of committing these atrocious crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Or they get put away for prison for multiple lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these kids, there was a kid who was 15 years old, put away for 90 years at age 15 for the things he did.
Yeah. It's very, yeah.
So again, I repeat my little broadcast at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
If you know anybody who happens to speak O9A or happens to briefly mention this sort of thing, you should probably call the police.
You should probably call the cop. Not probably. Do. Please do. Please do.
Yes.
But other than the sevenfold way, that was the other thing.
Here I am scratching myself. Turn the camera off.
Sorry. I was going to switch it. So the other thing I was going to say about the sevenfold way, I know I had said that like their initiation path, like that spans decades. This demands doing this demands basically physical endurance, intellectual studies, occult practices, and then just real world crime.
Yeah,
right?
Straight up.
And a complete, so I'm putting this in air quotes here, a complete initiate, right? You finish it all, has often committed, typically what they end up having underneath their belt by the time they hit their completion is massive violence, spent time in prison, and then also crossed into extremist politics. I heard that.
That was evil. I'm sorry.
But no, the other one is their whole culling thing, right?
Ah, yes.
Cull the herd. I don't know if everyone heard that term before, but you've ever played the video game Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 has a lot of parallels to this group.
Yeah. There's a
The,
whole
the antagonists of the game.
absolutely that they
Yeah.
the creators of that game have said that they based some of the enemies off of them.
Yes, and they did it very good because in the game, one of the main phrases throughout the entire storyline of playing the game is "cull the herd." You're gonna hear that a million times. And when I was researching this, I was just like, "Holy shit! I need to go play. I should just go play Far Cry 5. I'll get all my research in. Take that, Peggies." You know, because that's what they call them in the game. They call them Peggies. But no, ritual human sacrifice, which usually would target mundane type people, which is just ordinary people,
Yeah.
right? And the thing is, the weird thing about their ritual stuff, it's not always like a ceremony. It's not like always ceremonial.
Of course not.
So they'll encourage their initiates to commit murders, join wars of any kind, doesn't matter, or commit terrorism as part of spiritual growth. So if you had one here that, you know, an American here that was brainwashed by them, they would be encouraged to join the military
Mm-hmm.
because they want you to go over an experience war. They want you to become
Desensitized to violence.
desensitized, more veterans into that aspect of life. That's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
For, you know, and they're wanting it for the bad reasons. People join the military for the good reasons. I mean,
They want
they're
you to
good.
become a killer,
Yeah, I mean that's the whole
and
point.
then
Of being
take
in the
and then
military.
take advantage of your brain and
Mhm.
do dirty bad things.
Oh yeah, we're not talking about the I'm not talking about the military anymore. I was talking about we're talking about the 09A.
So am I.
Okay, sorry. I was still talking about the military, and all of a sudden you said that, and I was like,
Yeah,
well,
they
oh,
because the 09A who
okay.
joined the military,
Yeah.
they want to take advantage of the 09A members who have joined the military and have
Yeah.
become desensitized to violence and killing.
Yep.
And then they take over their brain and tell them to go do
Yeah.
bad things.
Sorry, since I was in the middle of talking about the U.S. military, and then you jumped in, I was like, wait, what? I thought my brain went to you were adding it into the U.S. military, as in a regular person joining for the good
No.
reason. You know,
No.
I was like, oh shit.
That's not at all what I was saying.
He's spilling the tea. Don't tell him about my past. But yeah, and then of course I already talked about the aeonic magic and all that stuff.
No, we haven't.
Nah, I mentioned it. I talked
We have
about
not
it
talked
then.
about their magic.
I brought it up. I said that the aeonic magic was them belief that they're shaping history into a new dark era where basically their values will dominate. Each aeon, their aeon will last centuries, and they see Hitler as an avatar of the current sinister aeon.
Correct.
I didn't touch about that, but yeah.
Yeah, they have a Hitlerism as like
Yeah,
one
they
of their
do.
religions.
They do. I had mentioned aeon magic earlier when I was going through the 9 angles.
And if you,
But, yeah.
if I haven't said it enough yet, everybody out there, these people are absolute evil. They are evil incarnate. They have been so desensitized and brainwashed by this organization and this satanic cult that they think killing and hurting people is a good thing. Over here, we do not condone that.
No.
We do not support it. We are simply trying to educate you to be aware of what is happening. This is very, very real. I have real world instances here that I can show you and share it with you. I'm not going to show you images, but the humans who were in American soil who got arrested for this. I have images of these people and what
I'll
they
put
did.
it up.
Yeah,
I'll put it up.
but not of their bad things they did, just of the people. Because I don't like looking at gore. Not a big fan of it. Makes my soul hurt whenever I see it.
Yeah. So, just to move on to the next thing, the rituals and practices that they would do. So, obviously, they're doing human sacrifice.
Yeah.
That is one of them. And that's what they call culling, by the way. That's what they call culling. And it's what their text described. They have texts that describe the detailed methods of killing, like how to do it, what you're going to do. Like, it goes into detail of the different ways that they do these things. And then you have like members are encouraged to live undercover lives. So, for example, like, which I'm going to get to this in a little bit, but like joining the police, we already mentioned joining the military, or rival religions too.
They also just write books.
Yeah.
I have several titles here of books
Yeah.
that they have written to steer clear of because they will brainwash you.
Yep.
The one here written by a known jihadist, Abdullah Azam. This book is called Join the Caravan. It is a mobilizing text to join the jihadist movement.
Yeah. There is one part in here that makes me want to reach out to Olivia James.
That's fair.
Because in one of the parts, if you don't know who Olivia James is, we have 2 episodes we did with her. They're it's very fascinating, and she's a very kind and fun person.
Full respect.
Lots of respect for her. Please go check out those episodes. But so you have some context why I'm bringing up her. But one of their rituals and practices is astral work.
Mhm.
So like some of the cells of O9A believe in astral vampirism. So which is feeding on energy of victims through ritual magic. When I was reading about the astral stuff that they practice, it made me think of the parasite thing.
Okay, yeah, I can see
That's
that.
where my brain went because of what Olivia James described with parasites going in the blood, and that's like the parasites are actually these entities. They're not like they're in our form, they're parasites in our blood, but they're actually entities that are manipulating the person and controlling the person like a puppet, all these things. So it makes me want to talk to her and pick her brain on that part of it because there's a lot of information about the astral
shoot her a
work.
message right now.
Yeah, no crap. I need to shoot her an email because there's so many times we've mentioned her
Yeah,
and brought her up. So, yeah, and then of course they have like their nature worship. And the thing is they mix in a bunch of pagan stuff. They like picked and pulled stuff from paganism
Not a lot,
to
but
mix
yeah.
in. Yeah, they just pulled like elements of pagan type worship. So like solstice stuff, solstice rituals, sacred sites, blood offerings to the earth, things of that extreme side. So and like I said, infiltration, like infiltrating the military. So like they openly tell their people, like we said, they openly tell and instruct to go join and enlist in the military, gain weapons training, and then just spread. And then their other responsibility is to spread extremist ideas inside whatever army or military force that they join.
Yes.
Same goes for politics and law enforcement.
Also, just everyday life.
And then litany of other groups. A group, you name it. HOA, yes. I think they're all part of it. HOA are a bunch of assholes.
The 09A HOA.
No, the HOA, I don't care. I'll say the HOA. Every HOA division I've ever seen and been around, they all act like a bunch of freaking Nazis.
Yeah, they're absolutely insane.
Yeah, I already told the one that in our neighborhood, I said, get out of your goose stepper.
That's amazing.
No, I already said
You
it.
called him a Nazi?
Yeah, I already told him to go goose step somewhere else.
Called him a Nazi.
Yeah, but it was the nice, fun way of saying it. The lady was confused at first.
She probably didn't understand what it meant.
Yeah, she was older than me too. It's like open a history book, bitch. Like,
Should I think deeply on that? What does that mean?
What is that? And so, their cell network is it's an oddity if you think about it. It really is.
I don't think it is.
I call it an oddity because there is no that we know of from what I was reading, no centric or central type leader within it. That's the weird part. Like there are cells that the words get spread, right? They have the basic things that we laid out already, and each cell takes it and does their own weird version of it.
Yes, so every cell has a leader.
I know. I'm saying there's not one head for all cells to go.
Neither
to.
does Christianity.
Yeah, they do. I guess you got a point there.
Well,
Catholicism's had the head of their thing. That's one giant thing.
They have several heads,
and
right?
Then you've got Mormonism, you got Baptism or Baptists, you got Pentecostal. They all have one head that eventually goes.
Well, they have their 9 apostles that they.
But
go
they don't
through,
have.
right?
What I'm getting as 098 does not have that type of layered leadership. That's all I'm trying to get.
That's fair. I mean, it's a cult where they go off of the writings and understandings of previous occult leaders.
They're essentially non-denominational churches equivalent, but in the cult side
Correct.
of evil
so
and bad.
they have the initial leaders, and then they read the text of these guys, and then they do what the text say.
It's a pyramid scheme. They all pop up and start their own cells.
Yeah.
And then they get a cut.
Hey, you want to come to my house? I have a really cool thing I want to try to sell you. I have a really cool thing. It's going to make us a lot of money. It's going to make us really famous, I promise. Come over to my house. Hey, don't mind the pentagrams all over my walls.
All you have to do is go and sell DirecTV in every Walmart and Best Buy you see.
Not DirecTV is 098 affiliated. I knew it.
No.
Hey, this is not defamation.
No, we're
not defamation. Just joke. Don't sue me.
They're not related.
Don't sue me.
Or are they? We can pose a question. Or are they? Wait. Or are they? Right? Because you always end it with that.
That's fair. Yeah, right. Deny.
Like, Evan, he's not a part of it. Or is he? Wait.
Or am
There you
I?
go. It's back to him now.
Or am I?
There you go.
We got there eventually. Huh?
Yeah.
The joke landed. But
It landed.
so, do you want me to read some of these book names?
Yeah. Read a few of the books.
Iron Gates by Martinet Press.
I've seen that pop up.
Bluebird. Libra 333.
I was about to say if they said Big Bird, I was about to be like, boo, I'll Sesame Street fuck up someone, dude.
Full On has their logo on the front of the book. The pitchfork arrows and 333 written on it. Full On has their logo on it. Then they have one called A Practical Guide to the Strategy and Tactics of a Revolution. There was, unlike their peers and more explicitly neo-fascist groups like Antimon Waffen Division, blah, blah, blah. There was MASH, I'm not going to say that. Where's the book at?
You're not going to say that.
Work of Hostia directs initiates to undertake the role of extreme political activists and so champion heretical views. There are just a lot. There's one called Wing Activism.
Jeez.
There's a lot of books, and they have graphic radicalization.
I'm trying to get them to load. I was going to pull up some images so people could see, but it's taking forever to load.
You can probably go to your local library and find some. They are very well published. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Let me switch it over. So this is some of the books that he was talking about. Do you see one of the ones you were just describing?
No, the
It's still
Sinister.
loading.
The Sinister Tradition is one of them, but I didn't read that one. If you type in Libra 333, it's going to pull up.
Yeah,
But-
it'll take forever to load. I don't know why
The
this
internet's slow
browser's-
today, huh?
Yeah, everything's getting prioritized to the stream right now.
Well, that's good, right?
Yeah. But anyways, you guys saw an example of it in whatnot. But can I throw out some WTF
Please.
kind of stuff and outrageous type claims going on? So, one, we mentioned Hitler before, right? Hitler as a cosmic avatar. That's how they view it. This is documented. This is all public information. O9A views him as a dark, messianic figure chosen by fate. Literally. That's how they view it.
Well, he did a lot of...
I know. I'm just saying that that's how serious they were behind it. And also, I'm making sure to say it accurately so that way
Hitler
YouTube
did
does
a-
not flag me
That's
for
fair.
trying to say misinformation. None of this is misinformation. This is all getting pulled directly
educational
from sources.
purposes.
Yes, and it's directly drawn from official sources, not just, oh, this is what I think. No, this is just a fact. But there's a bunch of public denials too, because Myatt he constantly denies involvement while at the same time there are writings within the O9A that under aliases line up perfectly with his career arc, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, he's
And
still
his
alive.
writings.
He's 75 right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a book literally with
Regardless,
his
he's still a
name
piece.
on it.
David Myatt's still a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah.
Regardless if he's not Islamist or if he's not affiliated with them or he's not associated with O9A, it's one or the other. Either way, you're still a piece of shit, dude. Like, no, you should have already gotten a bullet to the head and been disposed of
See,
a
now-
long time ago. No, I'm saying like he's a horrible, evil person. That's no different than me saying a Hitler should get a bullet to the head. If he was still alive right now, I would still say the same thing. Like, bro should still get a bullet to the head. You know what I mean? Like, there's no difference. No difference. Evan doesn't like it when I talk like that. But you know what? I'm just being a realist. You guys are thinking it too, right? No one's responding back, so I take that as a yes. Boom. Solved. See? Look at that. We're all friends. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. But yeah, he just publicly denies it all the friggin' time. And then they have like all their like they have the like basically DIY Satanism. You know, do it yourself, guys. Because anyone can declare.
Isn't that sweet? It's like a DIY Pinterest. Do it yourself Satanism.
For murder. But no, anyone can declare a Nexian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And print O9A text. So anyone can print their own text.
Yeah, I can print any of these things.
And call themselves part of the order. So it's like everything about it's just a self-proclamation.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so complicated to track it all down. Because someone could wake up, let's say they got rid of all the O9A members. And let's say for historical lessons, one day, 50 years in the future, some dumb, disturbed kid who probably wasn't loved enough as a child, or he's just a selfish little brat and never got taught to regulate his emotions.
That schizo mindset.
Or he's just actually someone with mental issues, like full-on schizo, comes across learning about some historical thing about them and goes, oh my gosh. And then he starts committing to the bit and he writes his own text, and all of a sudden, boom, the O9A has been birthed again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that, so it's horrible. It's bad. But you could say that about a lot of things. Like someone could
like water.
Take a symbol behind something like
H2O.
We need that.
If you drink too much, you drown yourself.
But you don't drink enough, you die.
It's that juxtaposition, dude. I
Dude,
mean,
we need to set up a beaker system where it's just like tunnels.
Here's the perfect amount.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Much like me being addicted to eating food. If I don't do it, I die. I have withdrawals all the time from food, and it's really upsetting.
You get hungry?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm having heavy food withdrawals right now. Oh, what's wrong? I'm hungry.
I need a hamburger.
I need a hamburger, dude. Oh, okay, like a special hamburger?
No,
wink, wink.
I'm talking like I need a double bacon cheeseburger, homie.
Double bacon smash burger with natural homemade queso drizzle across the top with a good fried egg and also a little drizzle of sriracha sauce with some caramelized onions, some freaking, screw the tomatoes, get them out of here. A little bit of fresh like romaine lettuce on there right across the top.
That's evil.
Or iceberg.
Lettuce on a smash burger?
Tomatoes. There's always lettuce on there.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Every smash burger I ever had always came with chopped up little bits of lettuce.
You're going to the wrong ass place to eat them.
The smash burger I got up at that one place we went to that was so good, they had a lettuce on it.
No, they did not.
Yeah, they did. It was little bits.
No, they did not.
Whatever. You know what? I'm right. You're wrong.
I eat it all of the time.
Whatever you.
I still eat it.
I'm rubber.
I had one yesterday.
I'm rubber. You're glue. Whatever you say to me bounces off and sticks to you.
No lettuce on it. It's just meat, onions, cheese, and sauce, dude.
What are you talking about, dude? I had the best smash burger. It was just meat, dude.
just ground beef that I threw on the ground and ate.
Yeah, dude. I ripped it out of the cow myself, slapped it down, then took a bite. Wait.
You ripped out ground beef?
Hell yeah, dude. I got a crazy grip.
I make sausage with my hands.
I'm just kidding. It was a lab cow.
Yeah, one of those lab-grown cows.
I reached into the processing machine and squeezed some goo, and then boom, it became.
So since lab-grown meat's now banned, are they just going to rename it to scientific meat? Science meat.
Sci-fi meat.
Come get your sci-fi meat here. Sci-fi meat. That sounds less appealing than lab-grown meat. This is my sci-fi chicken breast. This is my sci-fi liver. You know what? Hey, give me one of them. Yeah. I kind of want a sci-fi limmer. Limmer? Oh, hey, camera, I'm passing a beer across. I would like a sci-fi liver. And I'm telling you, for real.
Yeah. Wait, no one can hear me. Yeah.
They can hear you.
Okay.
Anyway,
sorry.
So since they're banning lab-grown meat, we're going to get some science meat coming here real soon, dude. But anyway, back to this atrocious organization.
Yeah. So one of the other things is
Where was I?
They also glorify prison, just so you guys know.
Do they really?
They do.
Isolationism, because they glorify isolationism.
Yes, they consider it an initiation badge to prove your commitment because you're also isolating yourself and you're going through the process of isolation. So they do consider it within that category as well. But yeah, they glorify going to prison and all that fun stuff just to prove your commitment to their horrible cause.
It's beyond just prison. It's about the isolationism within
isolation. I show
dumb. I show can't speak, dude.
Isolation. There you go.
Isolationism. They promote that because it makes you introspective and begin to hate yourself. I don't know if anybody has spent time alone with your thoughts without technology. You begin to play back your life
and think of boobs.
And you think about a lot of things that you've done bad and a lot of things you've done good, like look at boobs. So there's
Thank you. You left me hanging?
I did not. I was just going to get to it. I can't just stop what I'm saying. I have to.
That's where my brain went. So my instinctual response was like, "Oh, think back, think in my own thoughts, boobs."
But a lot of things that happen. So if you do a bad crime, and you hurt somebody, you go to prison.
Yeah.
Now you spend all your time thinking about it. if you were already an 09A affiliated, you would have thought about how to have done it better.
Yeah.
And that's what they want. They want you to go in there and think about how you can do things worse and
Worse.
do more harm.
Yeah.
Because you will get caught. It's just a matter of when.
When. Yeah, exactly.
So they glorify prison because they're like, you're going to go anyway because you're not allowed to do this stuff.
Yeah. And, you know,
I also
yeah.
done a lot of research on this over the past like 5 years of my life. I've also become really infatuated with the concept that this is all just a government guise to get individuals who are already crazy leaning, who are already schizo, a little bit of psychosis within their brain, to flip, to commit crimes, and they can send to prison for life.
Yep.
I think like a part of me is like, oh, they still let this happen so that they can catch these people faster.
Yeah. Well, we already know that there is a direct relation between methamphetamines and schizophrenia.
Correct. And now that they're
And
already
since
releasing,
there's a lot of people are already pumped full of it. A lot of people are on it.
yeah,
It's very easy to manipulate some of those because a lot of people who take, you know, methamphetamines or amphetamines, whether it's prescribed from a doctor like Adderall or Vyvanse, things like that, or like the street version, which is not made in a lab, it's made in a trailer, which is
it could be made in
meth.
a lab.
I mean, yeah, you can make it in a lab too, but you know what I mean. Like,
Bubblicious says, "My boys."
yeah,
He's
my
late.
boys. Yeah, you're late, Bubblicious. Way to go. We still love you though. But no, it's just like they, you know, it can go either way on that because it's like who's to say? Because their whole goal, their push to join and infiltrate any form of group or organization and become educated and have academic skills,
Yeah.
and be intelligent people. All of these things. So who's to say that they haven't infiltrated pharmaceutical companies?
They don't always
I'm not-
want them to be educated. Let's
Yeah,
make that very clear.
I know. And I'm not saying that they've infiltrated all the big pharma. We already have our problem with big pharma. Everyone's got a problem
Dude,
with big
so
pharma.
I went to the doctor.
I'm just saying it's not outlandish to think because everyone's so susceptible.
So I went to the
So-
doctor, right? And I had fasted for 2 days, and I got my blood drawn, and they're like, "You are dangerously low on your blood sugar." I was like, "Well, yeah, I didn't eat for 2 days. Like, this is what I do."
I starve.
But while I was in there, I was like, sometimes I'm a little confused. Sometimes I can't focus. Sometimes I'm lightheaded. And she was like, "Oh, we have Xanax. We have
Why were they offering
Adderall,
Xanax for
we
not
have-
being able to focus?
like
That fuck you
a
up.
lot of different things, dude." She offered me like 10 different drugs, and I was
And
like,
you at least said yes to 3
and I
of them,
said,
right?
"That's insane. I don't want any of those." And then she was
Side
like,
money.
then she was like, "Do you want all these vaccines?" I was like, "No. Like, take my blood, tell me what's wrong with me, and let me leave, dude.
Your blood work came back and it says you're retarded.
You need meth."
We saw your cells headbutting each other.
They were doing thumb wrestling.
It seems every time they would headbutt, a cancer cell would come to try to break them up, and then it would duplicate. Sorry, sir, you have cancer in the ass. What?
What were you doing down there?
I told you to pull from my arm, not my butt.
Oh, dude, so I went in one day and I got my left arm drawn, and then I went
So
and got,
that's what the turkey baster was for.
oh god,
Oh, shit.
I went in to get my left arm done for the first time, and this nurse missed, and it hurt so bad.
I hate it when they
My
miss.
arm was bruised up all week. So I went back the following week and I was like, "Hey man, my left arm still is pretty messed up from last week." She's like, "Oh, you've been doing drugs."
Sorry. Because we all know it's true.
I was like, "No, you missed my vein last time." I was like, "Can you do it somewhere else?" She's like, "We could do it between your toes."
Wow, she was really trying to dig in deep
I was like,
there.
"What? My toes? Just do my other arm." Anyway, we had to.
She was like, she probably was like, "Oh, you don't want me to see your toes to see what you've been injecting."
Let's
at?
see those dogs of yours. Pull the dogs out. We get the cameras out. We get to take photos of your
Whoa,
dogs.
you got dogs instead of piggies?
Yeah, I got little dogs, dude. I got
Oh,
dogs
hell
down
yeah,
there.
dude. You know what I got?
You got oinkers?
Nah, I just got like weird rock formations, dude.
He's got boulder toes?
Yeah, dude, calluses. I got hobbit feet.
Dude, I used to have, when I was rock climbing all the time, I don't do it anymore very much, but I have like, I used to have like a callus on my big toe that looked like a wart, but it was just a callus. It was huge.
That was the epitome. That's when I used to get called hobbit feet
Yep.
from one of my friends. Mr. J, actually. He hasn't been on him forever.
My middle
But yeah.
toe, my middle toe next to the big toe, was like in a triangle form from being squished
and
so
it was
much.
angry.
Yeah.
And And it was like, dude, what the fuck?
It's like, what are we doing down here?
What are we
It's like,
doing?
it's like
down
you
here?
remember when they had like binding toe feet in China?
Mm-hmm.
That's what my feet looked like after like
Oh,
2
damn.
years. They were like squished together like this.
Never mind. Like,
I was like, I got my little feet.
I thought you were about to
I got my little
Aziz
feet.
Ansari was about to come out. Got my little
I
feet.
got my little feet.
There's a bomb on the plane with my little feet.
Everybody, put your hands up. Stop waving them.
I love it when you go into Aziz impersonations. But no, let's take a turn back to the gruesome real fast. Sorry, I almost made you spit out your beer. So
Turn to the gruesome.
I'm gonna lay out some timeline of basically crimes and events that are linked to 09A. So between the 1990s to 2000s, you had a bunch of early like UK cases going on. So this one, it's not necessarily, it's not a direct attack, but 09A's founder David Myatt converted to radical Islam in the late 1990s and became a supporter of Al Qaeda ideology, and then he was advocating jihad against the West. You already mentioned that earlier, but I'm just touching on it again.
Yeah, that's fine.
But a lot of analysts, people have been looking and see that this is proof of 09A's infiltration doctrine in practice, essentially. And then you've got Ryan Fleming in the UK. He was the former member of the far extreme right National Action, and he was convicted of multiple times for sexual offenses and abuse, and he was openly connected to 09A. He openly said he was a part of it. He was always touting it. And then
I forgot my water was lemonade.
hell yeah, that's what's up. And then in the 2010s, you've got Atomwaffen Division. I don't know if I said that right. It's within the U.S. So 09A texts like the Iron Gates, you had mentioned that, and the Hostia circulated inside Atomwaffen.
Yep.
And then of course you had members in there that blended Satanism with basically like accelerationist terrorism.
So
Is that the right word for
that's
it?
exactly right. So hostia, by the way, is Spanish for sacramental bread. So you know when you go to church, at Catholicism church, and they give you the little crumble bread for the body of Christ, that's what this book was representing. But the hostia was human flesh in their book.
Dang.
Yes.
Well, hot dang. I don't know why that went to that tab. My bad.
Ben just pulled up his hentai.
Squishy squish. Tentacles. It's not like that
Foodgasm?
porn, the foodgasm you showed me. That was funny. That was some funny stuff.
That was so bizarre. Just a fish naked.
Yeah, like he pops up as he's like that weird cookie she's eating, and he's like, oh.
That's so crazy. That show is wild.
And the whole time, all you hear is, and she's like, oh, it's
That show was wild.
It's so bad.
It's funny.
Hilarious.
It's so funny.
It makes me want to watch it.
I watched it for the humor.
Winks. That was the hardest winks you've ever done. Oh,
Machine gun winks, dude.
wait! Each wink undoes the other. So
Wait, so if I wink right side, that's mean I'm kidding. Left side means reverse blink.
yeah, so that means you're not kidding. So you went pop, 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 pop. You weren't kidding. Wait, that's a quadruple entendre. You can't do that. He just winked like 8 times with one side. Anyways,
Oh, hey, Minecraft. Let's watch a Minecraft video.
hell yeah, Minecraft. But yeah, and so so this is in 2017, Devon Arthur's case, which is in Florida, a former Atomwaffen member who killed his roommates after renouncing Nazism. Police found 09A and occult materials among their possessions. In 2018, 2020, this is all the United States again. Atomwaffen member Samuel Woodward charged with killing Blaise Bernstein, a gay Jewish college student. He was also affiliated with 09A. Woodward had deep ties to Atomwaffen, which was already heavily influenced by 09A doctrine and yada, yada, yada. 2019, which was all known as like the Canada plot. A Canadian soldier, Patrick
Canada plot?
Matthews, was caught in a neo-Nazi terrorist plot with links to O9A inspired groups.
Damn.
Yeah. And then you've got in 2020 they did the UK terror convictions. I don't know if you heard about that.
I did not hear about that.
So multiple UK
we got
cases
rain
tied to
coming.
National Action, which is a banned group, where members also had O9A literature. The government report officially named O9A a terrorist-linked extremist threat within that. And then, of course, if you want to talk about key infiltration,
We're an hour 30 in.
I know we're pretty much done.
I do want to go over some of these names and people. And
Yeah,
things
yeah,
they did.
that was like the last little bit. I was just reading through these last two little
Cool.
things.
I'm
here.
sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, so these are infiltration-proof cases, right? That's what I labeled them as. So basically, U.S. Army Private Ethan Melzer, this is in 2020, tried to plot an ambush on his own unit in Turkey after leaking details to what he believed were jihadist groups. Investigators discovered Melzer was a follower of O9A, consuming its manuals and satanic texts. He is one of the clearest links between O9A infiltration doctrine and real military terror plot. He is a direct proof of that. He literally he tried to kill his own guys, his fellow soldiers.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. I hope the military had their way with him.
I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they did. Wider now, let's talk about like the just kind of widening this out a little bit. Basically, Atomwaffen Division and the Führerkrieg. Is it Führerkrieg?
Führerkrieg, yes.
Oh, I said it right. Division, which are splinter cells across Europe and the U.S. show O9A influence. UK MI5 reports, so this is 2020 to, and then a little bit after 2020, flagged O9A as an active extremist ideology spreading inside far right and Satanist terror groups, which is funny because I kept coming across stuff about far right. They're also in the far left. It's anyone who goes to that extreme. Like, that's why I said at the beginning, you're going to see a lot of stuff about far right, extreme right people, narratives in everything with O9A. However, you'll find almost just as much associated to extreme left-driven individuals. So it just they pick people who are literally on the bend, where they're easily tipped to go extreme this way or extreme that way. That's it. Anyone who has that type of mentality where they can commit and go so extreme right or left at any direction, those are the candidates, those are the initiates they want.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter your political belief at that point. Is you're someone who's willing to go to an extreme for some type of cause, they want you.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. And unfortunately, there's a lot of them in our country right now.
And I'm sure everyone has seen the most recent mass shooter. God rest every soul that was affected by that.
Yeah, it's fucking sad.
But the things written on there were not directly, but were affiliated with the concepts within some of these texts.
They were.
The
And people
demonic rituals.
And the news isn't talking about that.
Why would they?
Why would they, right? No, let's put it on the left or right, pointing like it's their fault.
Of course. They're
No,
gonna be like,
it's far more convoluted than that.
yes, absolutely. Now, am I saying that this individual was affiliated with O9A? No, I'm not. But I am saying that there was a lot of readings and texts that were very similar to the O9A within all of the manifesto and the writings on the firearms. Anyway.
Yeah, and can I drop one thing and then we can get into those people?
Sure, yeah.
So,
Okay.
just to do a comparison between the O9A cult / terrorist group and other cults. So let's take Heaven's Gate for an example. Heaven's Gate, which also self-destructed. Hope you guys know that. They all sewer slided themselves, The O9A fed directly into murders, military infiltration, and terrorist plots. Heaven's Gate did not. Typical cults don't. They just do really messed up things within their own community. It's really to collect a bunch of money, control and manipulate people, and then walk away from it with the money, typically. Because that's what happened with a few different cults. If you do any research into a lot of different cults, a lot of the time, the people who lead them don't actually believe any of that shit. They're
Yeah.
doing it to take advantage and control people because they're little narcissists and sociopaths and pathological liars, and they want to get things out of it. So they're trying to get money, unlimited sex with anyone they wanted. That's typical in a lot of cults. And then at the end of it, when they were like, all right, well, this has come to a close, like with the fuzz is on us, or there's too many eyes trying to magnify in on us, break out the punch, everybody. And then it's like, hey, Billy, you're the other co-founder with me. When we drink the punch, do the classic over the shoulder from the side. Don't actually ingest it or you'll die. And then Billy was like, right, John, gotcha. And then everyone went to drink, and Billy just went up and he goes, toss to the side. I'm not going to drink it. Yeah, that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, Heaven's Gate, yeah.
Yeah. And then many others that do the same thing. O9A is not like that. O9A is still like a cult in the sense of brainwash and rope people in, and this exaggerated viewpoints and extreme viewpoints, all these things like that. But they're different in their infrastructure, how it operates, how it works.
Yeah, we've talked about it many times.
Yeah, I know.
The relation to the individual cell organizations and how they can be
kept coming
materialized
across
forever and ever and ever.
Yeah. The reason why I'm making sure to say that before we move on to the last little bit, showing the people, is really just because when I was reading stuff, I was coming across a lot of material where people were just labeling them as just a plain Jane cult. There was a lot of like random articles.
No, they're
and
a death
it's like,
cult.
no, this is a death cult and they're terrorists. Like, this is not a traditional organization.
Full on, full stop.
Yeah. And so I just want to make sure, since people, depending on when you tuned into the episode, maybe you didn't watch the beginning of this where we covered that stuff, I'm just making sure to say it.
Can you go to Amazon.com for me, please?
I will go to Amazon.com. And I switched it to you.
So while he's doing that, because I have an experiment that I want to do with him, and I want to have him look up the Martinet Press within here. That is MARTINET Press.
Sorry.
MARTINET Press. Martinet Press.
Oh.
That is their publishing company. That's their book company with all their pressings.
It'll load.
It will load eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
But while this is loading, they have one book on Amazon. Just one. Whenever you get it, I want you to show it, and I want you to voice your opinion on it. You can go click the read sample on it and look at it. It's a little bizarre. There is an individual on X. There's an individual who has put their young adult life's effort into researching the O9A and researching all of these concepts that I was so upsettingly thrilled to read about. That her name is BX on X. I don't know if you've seen her, heard of her, but
sorry, which one was it?
It's the third one. It's the only one they have on here. But she has posted a lot of the criminals in the past few years who have been affiliated with the O9A and put them on blast, their full name, what they did to be put into prison for a very, very long time. But the book that I wanted Ben to look up on Amazon, it is called The Devil's Quran.
Yep, it's about to.
If you click read sample, right there, yeah, it'll pull up the first 10 pages.
Okay.
You just need to go to the index. You don't need to go anywhere else.
Okay.
You can also do like the appendage as well, the quote they have for everybody to get ready for the book. But the first guy that BX has on her main page within X is an individual called Angel Alameda. He was 23 whenever he committed these crimes and got sentenced to prison. He was one of the first high-profile members to be arrested on November 2021. The details of his arrest revealed the link between the Order of Nine Angles for the very first time. Alameda was caught after the FBI received an anonymous tip directing them toward his social media profiles, which contained images of violence against children and animals. So this man was openly posting CSAM. What happened?
I have to redo it. It froze up.
Oh. I can just read you what I found on there. So with this Angel fella, he was investigated uncovering a hoard of guns, hundreds of thousands of digital files of CSAM, which is horrific things that they do to children.
Mm-hmm.
Also found in his apartment was a blood oath satanic front to the O9A dark gods, indicating his genuine ideological commitment to the cult. So my man, Angel Alameda, used blood, not sure if it's his or somebody else's, to, what is this?
No, I'll get to it. Sorry, I wasn't gonna distract
To
you.
do cult worshiping and whatnot. His proceedings are currently stalled because they committed him to a mental hospital where he's being psychiatrically numbed for a very long time, I imagine.
Yeah. So what I pulled up was actually a press release file, the official file for homeboy. What was his name? Ethan Felon Melzer, aka Edel Regad. He was a U.S.
Camera.
Army private. And so let me pull this document up so you guys can see it. So this is it right here. Oh, he was a U.S. Army private, and he was he was charged with conspiracy to murder fellow service members, providing material support to terrorists, and illegally transmitting national defense information. And Melzer attempted to orchestrate a deadly ambush. This is the guy I mentioned earlier who tried to ambush his troops.
Yes.
Deadly ambush against his own unit by sending sensitive deployment information to O9A associates. He pleaded guilty and received a lengthy prison sentence. Of course he pled guilty. He wanted to plead guilty. That's part of their ideology. In my opinion, he never should have gotten a sentencing. He should have, or a prison sentence. He should have just gotten a death sentence. Because people like that, there's no fixing them. I get that people always try to help people, and or they don't always try to, but people, there's a narrative, right? That a lot of people try to try to be good to people. Oh, you gotta go?
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyways, but with all that being said, that's O9A. We covered a majority of it, pretty much everything on it. There's a lot you could flesh out more, but it just goes in. That's just going into the horrible, atrocious things
within the book that I was trying to get Ben to find on Amazon. The internet's slow right now because it's about to storm out here really bad. It was the Devil's Quran, and there is a table of contents here that is all in Arabic and in Sanskrit, and it translates to the glory of the fire, the war of the secrets, the children of the throne, the darkness, the crown, the holy, the night. Invocations were the last bit of it.
Yeah.
So straight up spells within this thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll leave y'all with that. I'm sorry that it was a little bit darker. We tried to keep it light, try to keep it simple, but I got to run out of here.
Yeah, the storm's
So,
about to hit.
Y'all
We're
have
at
a
the end
wonderful
anyways.
evening. We will see you next week. I hope y'all take it easy. I'm Evan. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye, guys. Keep it easy. We'll see you guys later.